Hey guys, this is October the 13th, 2024, and I got a quick message. I want to share with you guys what happened to me last night uh, because there might be some other people who are experiencing the same thing. So I want to get the information out there. A couple days ago, uh, I put some reinforcement around the head of my bed because I have been waking up with these bad headaches and dizziness and nausea and a lot of pain in the back of my neck. And it's been real hard for me because, see, I'm working every day now, and it's hard sometimes for me to get up and get going, especially when I've been under attack all night. But anyway, and I know that the weapons or the microwave bullets are coming. I know they're coming through my window now. Even though I have my window covered with the bubble foil, I went outside and checked it out, and the weapons have actually, they have bent, and I need to get a video of this so I can show you, but they had bent back the metal around my window outside, that metal facing around the window. It had been pulled out, and they had created a new hole to where they could get it through the cracks around my window so they could shoot the energy weapons through that hole. And they were hitting my head. Well, they're still doing it, but they were hitting my head at night because I could hear the bullet. I could hear the microwave bullets hitting my head, and I could feel them. So I knew they were hitting my head. And the way I feel them is, see, I wear my bubble foil hat at night. Always. I never go to bed without my protection. But I have my bubble foil hat on. And when those microwave bullets hit that foil, you can hear it, and it sounds like popcorn hitting your head. Okay, so they were attacking my head for the last couple of days, and they were hitting me. I was being hit all over the top of my head, the sides of my head, and the forehead, and I was waking up with these terrible migraines. I know this is what it was because, like I said, I could hear them and I could feel them hitting my head. So, I had to come up with another way to protect myself. So, a guy had told me that if you have some old tin laying around, you can put that, in front of the windows, and that will help block the microwave bullets. So I went to the barn. I found an old piece of metal, the kind of stuff that goes on the roof. I found half a sheet of that, and what I did was I put it down at the head of my bed. I put it down at the bottom of the head of my bed, see if that would help block from the microwave, and it did. I mean, that night, it was a couple of nights ago. That night, I didn't hear anything or feel anything hitting my head. So the metal that tin does work. But I only had a half a sheet of it, so I didn't have enough to go all the way down my bed. But it did work. But then I know I made the AI mad because last night when I lay down, they started banging on. I mean, just bam, bam. They started banging on the metal that I had put down next to my bed. They started just banging on it, like bam, bam, bam. I jumped up and I went to get my video camera because I wanted to try to get it on video so I could hear it. When I come back, it had stopped. So I didn't get the sound of it, but they've done this before. They've been banging on my outside of my house. I can hear when they're banging on the outside of my house to the walls. But this is the first time I actually heard them banging on something inside my house. And anyway, they were just, it sounded like they were just slamming the weapon up against the metal. Anyway, I got up and I went and I turned off my my main breaker outside. Now, I don't have any power in my bedroom. The power is off, okay? The breaker to my bedroom is off. But what I do have is I have an extension cord running from my kitchen into my bedroom so I can run a fan. So what they were using for their power source was that extension cord. But I just went and turned off the main breaker so I could stop it. And then I just laid there a while, and then I turned it back on so I could run my fan, and I went to sleep. And I guess I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning this morning, and I was under a brutal attack, y'all. And the weapons was not coming from the foot of the bed. This time they had moved to the other side of the bed. They were hitting me from the right side. And I have to tell y'all, I was under attack so bad. I could hear the bullets hitting my body. I could feel them. And they were harder this time. They were fast, real fast, coming in fast, and they were real intense. And I could feel it was heavier than it normally is. And I could feel them hitting the whole side of my body. And I could not move, I'm telling you. I'm struggling right now with the right side of my body, because the whole right side of my body was literally paralyzed this morning. I could not move it. And now I can see now how these weapons can cause people to have a stroke. And I did think I was having a stroke, and I'm really not sure that I didn't have a mini stroke. But anyway, I can see how they can cause a stroke, because this side of my head, my shoulder, my right arm, all the way down, this side of my body was paralyzed. I couldn't move it. I could move this side, but I couldn't move this side. And so I just laid there, and I thought, oh my God, what do I do now? You know. So I just started massaging my arms, and I started massaging my shoulders and everything to try to get the feeling to come back. And after a little while, I started feeling the feelings coming back in this side, and what I had to do was I was sliding myself off the bed from the left side. I started sliding myself off the bed, but when I stood up, my legs, my knees, and all felt like they were like collapsing. But anyway, I thought I had a stroke, and folks, I'm still not sure that I didn't. But I can tell you, I can see how they can cause a stroke with these weapons. Okay, so I got up and I was able to walk, but like I said, this left knee felt like it was felt like a rubber band, like it was going to give out. But I just kept, exercising it or stretching it, and started walking, and the feeling started coming back in this side. This was really scary, because I did not want to go to the emergency room. Y'all know me. I don't do doctors. I don't do hospitals. I'm scared to death. I don't go. Now I know that if I had a stroke or if I fell and broke a hip or something like that, I know I'd have to go to the hospital, because there's nothing else you can do. But I try my best to avoid something like that from happening. But anyway, when the feeling started coming back in my right side, y'all would not believe how much pain there was on this side. There was, when I started feeling the feeling come back, the pain started hitting me, and it was excruciating pain. From here all the way down, it was just tormenting pain. And it was like throbbing. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't really know what to do. But I'm going to tell you guys what I did do. So in case something like this happens to you, you'll know what to do. The first thing I did was I started praying and asking God to help me. But then I went and I ran me a bathtub full of hot water, as hot as I could stand it. I put 2 cups of Epsom salt in there, and then I added a full bottle of those brown bottles of peroxide, that you get at the dollar store. I added a whole bottle of peroxide in the water because I felt like the peroxide would help restore the circulation in this side. So I used the Epsom salt and peroxide in my bath water, and I ran the water as hot as I could stand it, and I just soaked in there for like a little over an hour. Okay. And the pain started feeling better, and I could feel I could feel the circulation, getting better while I was in there. But the whole time I was in there, I was in meditation. Okay, I was in meditative prayer, and I was trying to go into my safe place and feel the love energy, feel the God energy within me. I knew, okay, I'm a meditator, and I knew that if I could get the God energy moving within my body, or within the energy centers within my body, I knew if I could get the God energy moving, get it flowing, that I'd be okay. So that's what I did. And now, folks, you may not be into metaphysics, you may not be, into meditation or anything like that, but I'm telling you, folks, it works, okay? This is how you're going to contact God within you, through meditation. But I don't want to get on that subject because that's a whole new video. But I'm just telling you what I did. I went into my safe place. I started meditating on the love energy. And I knew that if I could get the love energy, or the God energy, same thing. I knew if I could get the love energy generating throughout my body, that I'd be okay, the circulation would be restored, and I'd be okay. Okay, so I'm a lot better right now. I'm a lot better right now. But I have to tell you guys, this was a scary experience to go through when you wake up and you can't move. Okay. So this is just to share with you guys what these energy weapons can do. Okay, now I already knew that they were going to start. They were going to start ramping things up for me. I knew it. I could just feel it inside. I knew they were going to start hitting me harder. Because of what I do, because I'm out there and I'm speaking out about it, and I'm trying to tell people what's going on. So I already knew that things were going to get rough for me, or harder for me, and more intense. But I didn't expect this. Okay, not with everything that I have around my bed. I have a barricade around my bed, and it's still hard for me to believe that these weapons can still get through with what I have around my bed. So I got a plan. I won't share the plan with you right now, but I got a plan to upgrade my protection, to try to protect my body, but I'm praying about it, and I'm meditating about it, and I'm asking God to show me what to do, because I have learned, if I've learned anything in the last 5 years, it is that God will guide you, and He will give you instructions on everything you need to do when you're in a tight place, or you're in a hard place and you need help. You call on Him. If you have a connection with Him, and you call on Him, He'll be there and He'll show you what to do. You might not get the answers right away. You might have to stay in meditation for a while. Inside, inner meditation, and wait for your inner guidance. But eventually, if you hang in there and you stay connected to God, you'll get the guidance on what to do. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm asking God to show me what I need to do right now. And this is what I've done for the last 5 years. Every time something new happened to me, every time I was under a new kind of attack, this is what I did. I did not rely on my own knowledge or my own logic, because I know that if I try to rely on myself, I'll fail. I have to rely on God for everything, to show me everything. And I'm getting emotional because this is how I've survived so far. And I'm trying to tell you guys, this is how it's done. Never, never rely on yourself. Don't think that you know everything and that you know what to do, because you don't. You have to rely on God. You have to make that connection within you, and then you have to ask God to help you. And He'll be right there with you. Jesus will be right there by you, and they'll help you through it. You might get sick, you might get paralyzed, you might get down, you might just completely physically, you might turn into a wreck, okay? But if you trust God, He'll show you how to get through it. But anyway, I need to go because I'm getting emotional, but that's all I wanted to say today. I wanted to share with you guys what happened to me last night. And what I did about it. I'm still feeling some numbness on this side, but it's a lot better than it was earlier this morning. I can feel that it's getting better. I will do another Epsom salt peroxide tub soaking tonight, and if I have to, I'll do it every day until all the feeling comes back in my right side. But I just want to tell you guys what I'm doing, and whenever I get guidance on what I need to do to protect myself, I'll share that with you guys too. But right now, that's all I wanted to say. Stay heart-centered. Stay connected with God within you. Stay strong. And don't give up, folks. Don't give up. The light's winning. I love you.